How much content should my mailer contain? Hi there, Chris from Email Blaster here, and this week we're going to discuss how much content your email newsletter should contain. Now, this one is kind of a balancing act. We see two extremes here at Email Blaster. Some people what we call writing War and Peace, hitting people with a huge wall of content text. And at the same time, we see the other extreme, where mailers don't contain much content at all and are mainly image-based. So, what's the correct answer? Well, in a nutshell, somewhere in the middle. First off, we're going to investigate why you shouldn't send a really short mailer. You can kind of answer this in one line: spam filters. Spam filters don't like it when you're sending a really short mailer with little or no content text, which is mainly images. Chances are, if you go down this route, well, your mailer's going to find a nice home in your recipient's spam filter. So, why is this? Well, as a case example, we can look at online pharmacies and Viagra sellers who, let's face it, are traditionally known for sending out spam emails. What they would traditionally do is, inside their mailer, at the top it would contain a large image which contains the complete content of their mailer. Now, this approach was used because it's great for them. They can hide their spammy key phrases which attract the attention of spam filters such as Viagra and free and promotional. And after a while, spam filters got hot on this and they started blocking it. So, as a reaction, what these online pharmacies did then next was, at the top of the email, they continue to include their image, which contains the body of their email, and below that, they would then copy and paste, say, a random text from Wikipedia. Now, back in the day, this would then trick most spam filters because the Wikipedia text at the bottom is providing lots of rich content text, which then the spam filter thinks, this is a great email, I'm going to put this through into the email inbox. Now, I'll suggest this: as your traditional spammer isn't providing image-based emails anymore because they don't work, nor should you. So, because of this, the temptation now is to create a really long mailer with lots of content text inside. Now, I would argue that this doesn't work too well also. So, if you've got a content-rich mailer, chances are the spam filter is going to quite like it and you're going to get through into the email inbox and hopefully get opened. But the trouble is, we would then suggest that your visitor engagement is going to be quite low. If you're hitting someone with a huge wall of text, say 1,000-word email, and they're busy at work, they're not going to have time to read it. So because of that, their finger is probably going to hover over that delete button on their keyboard. And in addition to that, if you're hitting someone with a long email with lots of text, chances are your message, your sales objective, is going to get lost in a wall of text. So we want somewhere in the middle. So what is the solution? Well, as previously mentioned, it's somewhere in the middle. You don't want to be hitting someone with a huge wall of text. It's not War and Peace, but at the same time you don't want to be hitting with no content text at all. The skill inside your email is not about what you write, it's about how well it is written and how easy it is to understand. So when you're creating your next mailer, I would suggest following these 3 steps. Step 1. At the top of your mailer, you're going to want to include your company name so the recipient can quickly find out who your mailer's from. Underneath that, I would include your strapline. Now, your strapline wants to make the visitor excited about your email, want to read on and find out what the rest of your email is about. Step 2. Inside your mailer, we're now on to the body. Now, I would suggest hitting them with 2 or 3 subject areas. Now, for each subject, you want to include a small headline, 3 or 4 lines of text, and a call to action. Now, in your 3 or 4 lines of text, you don't want to give the game away, don't tell them everything. You want to make them interested, excited about your product or service or article that you're writing about. So, include a summary in there, don't give the whole game away. And below that, you're going to have your link, which is your call to action. So this could be click here to find out more, or an inquiry button, for example. Step 3. Now, the third action you're going to want to do is the footer of your email to sign it off. I would suggest you would like to provide additional contact information, for example, a telephone number, And building on previous week's discussion where we mentioned about putting a face behind your company, you could also personalise your email with, rather than saying it's from Joe Blogs Limited, you can say this email is from Chris at Joe Blogs Limited, and you can contact me for a bit more information. Now, in my eyes, that is the template for a perfect mailer. Of course, however, this is very subjective, but I find this normally works well. So, when you're creating your next mailer, if you want a fresh set of eyes or a little helping hand, if you want someone at Email Blaster to have a quick look, feel free to drop us an email down below, and a member of the team will be happy to give you some tips and advice to help make it better. Now, that's it for this week. I hope you found this video useful, and best of luck creating your next mailer.